You guys take sugar?
Yeah.
Sweet ass. Hello there, my name's Sam Shuker. I'm a second generation scallop diver at Lyme Regis, Devon. Here to get some scallops hopefully. You guys ready? Yeah, if we're lucky we might be able to see the local dolphin in Lyme Harbour.
Cool.
Yeah, he's...
What's he doing there?
I have no idea. He's social. He comes up to you when you're out in the morning, when you're first on your dinghy. He'll come straight off the bow and pop up.
Can we swim with him?
Yeah, we can try.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Kickstarting the day, we followed Sam and his father John down to Lyme Regis Harbour.
Alright, let's go.
As we unloaded the trucks, Sam and his father John rowed out on their dinghy to retrieve the mothership from its mooring in the bay.
Well, I think the idea now, we'll just load everything up on the boat.
Yeah.
And then we'll just basically go through what the day's plan is, where we're going to be diving, what's the ground's going to be like.
Can we help you, Dad?
Yeah, let's get some tanks on there. Yeah.
Heavy operation, this. I can help you with some of this.
You can clip on the tanks.
Here, right?
Yeah, just where your feet are.
Righto. What are we doing?
Well, we're going to be basically diving on this reef off Beer. This entire area here, from Beer to Lyme Regis to Weymouth and West Bay, this is Lyme Bay.
Yep.
So this is exclusively where I work. There's something about this area here just off Beer. So this is the mussel farm.
Yep.
I have a theory that the nutrients that the mussel's producing, because usually in locks, the sediment that they produce kills the local area. But the work they've been doing in terms of conservation, they found that the seabed's actually more diverse from the actual mussel farm being there.
So it's a good thing.
It's a really good thing because there's more nutrients being cycled through the ecosystem, meaning that the base layer of the food chain is getting more and more diverse, so they get different species and a bit more resilient species in terms of fluctuating weather. Like when we've had years where the scallop meats have just shrunk to jelly,
right?
And they're just the same. Like you can't even sell them. But as the years have gone on, they've actually started to get bigger, and the shells, like I wish I could show you, the inshore shells are actually really thin and brittle. And then you come outside here, they're like twice as thick.
Right.
Like they're getting more nutrients and they're more healthy here, adjacent to the mussel farm. So we'll steam over probably about a few nautical miles over here. Our dive area is basically all along these reefs. These are ancient seabeds that have been pushed up, and so there'll be like layers and layers and layers. In between these layers is where you'll find the scallop fossils. So
the scallops or the fossils?
Both. They're next to each other. You'll be going along picking up scallop, and you see like a slightly dark rock.
Shit.
You just uncover the sill top and like bam, there you go, fossil.
Some of them are quite expensive, eh? You know, they're like what? Like if you get a good piece, a good skull or something, they come on a pretty penny.
Well, this is what we're all looking for. We're all looking for scallops, but then when you find that ichthyosaur skull,
yeah, that's the payday.
That's the payday. You're getting 150,000 for that.
Right.
It's just getting it up.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Oh yeah, there's a bonus in for you for sure.
Yeah.
As we steamed over to the scallop beds, I couldn't help but visualize the scenes Sam had described. The idea of jam-packed scallop beds alongside delicate pink corals and other seafloor creatures sounded like a mythical place, and I absolutely couldn't wait to see it for myself.
Dolphins are sweet.
Ooh. Look at the dolphin jump right out of the water there. Hey, hello dolphin! Waiting for you. I can't believe you get in, Sam.
As we slipped into the water, the dolphin approached without hesitation. Sam got in first and had already begun descending to the sea floor. I followed Sam's trail of bubbles to meet him on the bottom. The dolphin was already there, circling with his snout pressed lightly towards the sand, as if searching for something. We weren't sure what he was doing. Maybe hunting alongside us, maybe just curious, maybe just being playful. For some reason, he seemed absolutely fixated on our fins. At first, he kept his distance from our hands, but in time, he allowed, and even seemed to enjoy, physical contact. Out of the haze, the dolphin reappeared, clicking and chirping as he inspected us up close, circling, darting, and still bizarrely very interested in our fins. Did he think we were strange seals? Was it a scratch he was after? The excitement calmed momentarily and we floated together, the three of us bobbing at the surface without too much movement, just looking at each other. Then, with a playful splash, the dolphin swam down towards my feet and pressed his head gently onto one of my fins. I held my foot firm to create a cradle, and he rested there, applying just enough weight to feel deliberate, somewhat like a request to be carried. I began raising my foot towards my chest, carrying the dolphin with it. I lowered my leg to regain my balance in the water, and as I did, he immediately swam down and placed his head back in position on my fin. I again raised my fin, this time close enough to reach out and touch him. As we locked eyes, I extended my arm, and for a few seconds, we connected. It felt like a shift. The dolphin now stayed close, brushing against me with ease. When I swam towards Sam, who had drifted off slightly, the dolphin moved in quickly, hugging my fins as if to stop me from leaving. After a few final passes, it was time to move on. A few more circles, one last look, and we let the moment go. The open ocean stretched ahead, and somewhere beneath it, the scallops we'd come for lay waiting.
8 years you've been doing this, never ever has he come up to you like that.
It's incredible when you do get an animal like that, you realise how much they're in control.
Yeah.
How much you're a guest in this world.
Yeah, true,
And
man.
it's just like, when an animal lets you do that, you really realise where you are and what you're doing, how awesome this is.
After the unexpected thrill of our dolphin encounter, it was time to press on towards the scallop beds in search of lunch. Upon our arrival, we dropped anchor, prepped our gear, took the plunge, and began our descent to the seafloor and the reef below. At between 3 and 5 meters, visibility in these coastal inshore waters is often a challenge. Occasionally, you do get great days where the viz is closer to 8 meters, but the gods are really smiling down on you on those occasions. This means that being able to navigate underwater becomes even more important. Thankfully, Sam and John know these reefs like the back of their hands and have learned to recognize the relevant landmarks over the years, ensuring we don't lose our bearings while we're down there. As we traversed along the seafloor, the familiar shape of scallop shells began to appear, half buried in the silt, camouflaged perfectly against the ocean floor. Upon approach, they clearly sensed trouble was near, with many of them losing their nerve and attempting fast breaks to escape the marauding alien threats swimming above them. Catch bags full, we returned to the holding bag trailing behind us to empty our scallops and reset for the next run. With our eyes now well and truly dialed in, our harvest picked up momentum. One after another, they snapped shut, launching into frantic bursts in their attempts to flee. Unfortunately, for some at least, there would be no escape. Scallop after scallop, we fell into a rhythm, pausing only occasionally to admire the other critters we came across, like this cuttlefish, who shot off as soon as he realized his disguise had been rumpled. Having secured our bounty, John gave the sign, and we made our ascent back to the surface to meet the boat above and admire our catch.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad at all,
Not too
mate.
bad at all. These are actually an invasive species.
Those little things.
Yeah, these are succulents.
What are they?
They're succulents. They eat the algae off the scallop shell.
And they're no good, are they?
Well, they're not destructive per se, but they're not generally naturally occurring. What can happen with these, like on the inside, there's a reef where there's literally shoehorns of these succulent bits. You must have like 20, 30, like a shoehorn around each other.
Yeah.
But they hold them to the scallop. You find with older scallops, they get so large the scallop can't move,
Right.
and they can't filter feed, and then they end up dying
Right.
like this. Yeah. So that's a scallop that's died, obviously from old age or unable to feed. Succulent bits.
How long does it take to get to this age here that you're looking at?
Well, there's growth rings on each scallop, so if I just take those off. So each band is basically a year on the scallop's life.
Right.
We theorise here, with the nutrient density, that they're actually growing quicker, because the meats are generally smaller than what you would get typically in Scotland or in colder water areas. But generally this scallop, I reckon, is about 5-7 years.
So where have you counted? This is one band, that's two bands, that's three bands, or?
Yeah, roughly. So this line here,
Yeah.
that would be a growth cycle as well.
Right.
So that's from it when it was a baby,
Yeah.
like a thumbnail scallop.
Yeah.
So that's 1 year, 2 years. That could be about maybe 1 or 2 years here.
Yeah.
And then that's a year, that's a few months, that's a year. And that's basically this growth cycle, I would say, 4 months, 6
Right.
months. They're very quickly going here.
Yeah.
There's something about this area, it affects the scallop cycle differently.
Yeah.
Like if I showed you a scallop from the inshore, completely different. So this has got a nice rounded shell in the circumference of it,
Mhm.
but a inshore scallop is just flat.
Right.
And something, we don't know why, but they're growing so quickly on the inshore that the shells can't keep up with it.
Right.
Yeah. So we like to start on the outside because the quality of the scallop's higher.
Cool. It's going to be tasty. See if we can get a knife and shuck them up and.
The rows have just shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're not. Let's.
Not as good as they were.
Do you
Right.
eat the raw as well, or just the,
Oh, yeah.
just the meat? The
I
whole
eat
thing.
the raw. I eat the meat just raw
Yeah.
because you need to test them if you're eating the entire meat.
Yeah.
But no, this is fine. That's what we're doing.
Testing them for what?
There's basically there's certain strains of bacteria within filter feeders. Luckily, it's not. We haven't had a positive test at the moment in these waters, so we're safe.
Yeah.
But scallops generally are quite resistant to any kind of foreign strains of bacteria infection, like
Yeah.
mussels are. Mussels are a lot more susceptible to it.
Yeah.
But no, that's actually a really good one.
This one is.
Yeah, no, this is
What, with the
positive
roe, you mean?
Yeah, so that's I believe that's the male, that's the female, because they're hermaphrodites. So when they, the swarm cycle of the scallop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're basically, that meat will row up to a really thick plump area, and then usually when there's a storm, when the waters cycle a lot between each other, they'll shoot their rows.
Yeah.
And that spat is fertilised, and they'll stick onto ropes, anything they can do on the groundwater, and repopulate an area.
Yeah.
So the more scallops you have in an area, the more cycle you get of scallops.
And someone told me that each of these little black dots are eyes.
Those, yeah, they're eyes.
They are actually eyes.
Yeah, they are actually eyes. This,
I don't know if you can see that real close, but like, see now that's probably pretty good in the sun. Every one of these little black dots here, the little black dots all along the skirt. How many would they have? 20 or 30 of them?
I have no idea.
Look at that.
But they can't, they're just light and movement, scallops.
They're what?
They're light and movement scallops. They don't see.
Light and movement. Yeah.
Very,
Those are
very
just
basic.
sensors, basically.
Yeah, they're very basic animals, but it's one of those parts of the world that you don't really pay attention to, but they are complex with their own ecosystem.
Shall we try it?
Yeah, let's try it. Cut this off for you. So take that off, you don't really want to eat that.
Yeah.
And then the row here, that's for their filtration. So that sediment you're seeing, that's what scallops produce as well. So they're filter feeders. And I'll just take that off. Take that mussel off. That was quite nice. So this is what you will eat. Personally, at a restaurant. I don't really like this raw.
Yeah.
Up to debate, but this is like the prime part of the scallop. Right, I'll wash this off and get it sashimi. Sweet, isn't it? It's very, very sweet.
Magnificent. You want to try?
Very sweet. Oh my god, that's incredible.
As we began our journey back to harbour, we made one last stop to pull up a couple of lobsters Sam had sitting in a holding pot just off the coast to add to our lunch. Having got what we came to get, we headed back to harbour to clean up and prepare a feast with the bounty we had just retrieved from the sea. Cheers, Dave. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us as well.